Welcome to Module 2. Let's take a look inside and see what we're going to do in this module. Well, you want to first check out the module checklist and read through it in brief. If you need to, you can go here to print it out, hit the print button. It'll create a printable view, then you can hit Control P or the Apple key plus a P, and that'll pull up the printing option, and you can print out a nice clean copy of that. So what exactly though do we have on this checklist? Well, I want you to watch a little warm-up video that I just find humorous. It applies both to the medical context in which it's created, as well as the educational context. A lot of the same ideas are sort of parallel there. So check that out. It's just a little humorous video from Monty Python. Hopefully I cut it off right before it gets too offensive. Then we're going to learn about how to podcast. I want you to read the About Podcasting page for an overview of what we're going to do. Check out the TechCast instructions. But basically what you're going to do is research 5 good tech tools for your specific teaching or professional situation. That's the first part. You're going to go do a little research, and then you're going to share those tools, what you found, through an audio presentation on a podcast that you're going to publish. And that's what the TechCast is all about. You're going to use a wiki that I've created called the Podcast Workshop Wiki. It's just a website. I know the word wiki can, bother some people, but you're going to go to this site, and I have it laid out in about 8 steps that you want to take one at a time to guide you through making a podcast in Audacity, and then you're going to submit that. Let's take a quick look at the course plan and just verify when the face-to-face meetings are where you could learn more about podcasting in a live session. I'm on the course plan. If you look in Module 1, there is a face-to-face meeting in the latter part of Module 1 on September 4th in the evening. There's also going to be an online meeting on September 9th. I think that's a Sunday night. But anyway, you can look yourself if you want. And those two happen at the end of Module 1. So they've already happened by the time you get into Module 2, probably. But then there's going to be one on Tuesday night of Module 2. So that's another chance to see face-to-face how you make a podcast on Audacity. So to be clear, there's 2 live, in-person, face-to-face meetings on campus, and then there's 1 online meeting. But all 3 of them are live. Okay. So if you missed that, you can still go to the front of the Podcast Workshop Wiki, and you can actually download an archived movie of one of the online sessions that will show you exactly what we cover in these live sessions. Okay, so you have that, and then all those live sessions do is they use this wiki. I use this very wiki to walk you through the process step by step. Over here are these step-by-step steps, and that's what we do. We just follow through those, okay? And you can do it too. So when you're done, again, you want to submit to the Dropbox. Well, what else do we have going on? We are going to explore in brief the concept of podcasting in education. So you're asked to make a podcast up here, but how does it apply? Do people actually use this in education? I gave you an example of an elementary school situation where podcasting is used by students. And go check out the resources in there on Radio Willow Web. And Eric Langhorst is a middle school social studies teacher that uses podcasting. And it's more of a teacher-led approach for him, but there are definitely ways that secondary students could use it as well. It's actually more surprising to me that the example of student use is at the elementary level, and the example of teacher-led is middle. I mean, it could easily have been reversed. Teachers could also use podcasting at the elementary level to help students with things. I mean, there's no one way to do it, and so your job will be to think, how can I use this for my situation or my learners? Maybe I have certain special needs learners, or maybe the whole class would benefit from this in some way. So your job is to think about that in your particular context, and these are 2 examples to help kind of jumpstart that thinking. We're going to have a reading this module. Let's see, what do? You go to the course readings download page, and you're on reading 2. You want to read Roblier Chapter 1, Roblier and Doring Chapter 1. It gives you the big picture of educational technology with a wee bit of history of educational technology, from enormous mainframe computers to the tiny little, handheld devices that we have today. So that'll take you through the big picture. There's a few questions on the readings page of your wiki that you want to go respond to. I also want you to check out the top 10 charts. And see if you can find one that applies to your situation. These break things down by content area. So what are the top 10 tools and strategies that a social studies teacher could use? What are the top 10 tools and strategies that a language arts teacher could use? So check those out, scroll through those. It's about 10 or 12 pages of top 10 charts that came from this book. And they're really handy, and it's kind of like a little cheat sheet, I guess. Module 2 discussion is using an article written by Prensky. It's about a 5-page article, and Prensky is famous for coming up with the term digital native and the term digital immigrant. And his language is used in the way people talk about technology. A lot of people call themselves digital immigrants. A lot of you in this class would be considered digital natives. And I just want you to toy with the idea of digital natives and immigrants and take a side. And I force you to take a side. Half of you have to take one side in the beginning, and then half of you have to take another side in a later post. And I just want you to do your best to defend the side that you take. And then we have something called progress video journals in this module. I want you to go in and do your first progress video journal. And I want you to read the instructions here. But basically, if you've successfully embedded this thing on your progress video journal page of your own wiki, you can go to your own wiki to do this. And I'm going to just give a quick idea. These journals, the purpose of them, of course, is to reflect on how the class is going and maybe offer suggestions for improvement. How's it going for you? What have you struggled with? What has worked well for you? That kind of thing. And then what are some ways in which you could see it be improved? And I want you to read all of this. This gives you a little more idea of what I expect from it. But the way it's going to work is for Progress Video Journal 1, you'll advance to slide number 1, and this is where you will leave a comment. And you do that, you have to log into VoiceThread, maybe on a different tab of your web browser. Make sure you're logged in, and then you hit the comment button. And then you want to use your webcam preferably, or you could use the microphone only on your webcam. But use your webcam to record your comment. So let it play and record it, and let us know how the class is going. I provide video tutorials on how you do this. First of all, I give you some information on setting up a VoiceThread account, and I also give you how to do the Progress Video Journal. There's a video there that shows you how you actually do the recording. Okay? And then I also give you questions that you could address. You can create your own. You can talk about whatever you want related to the first modules, but here are some possible questions you could address. 1 to 2 minutes is all you need to try to do. I suggest that you just kind of jot down some things you want to talk about, but don't record a script necessarily. And just jot down maybe 3 bullet points or 4 bullet points and just kind of talk about it, and then post it up there. All right. So that's module 2. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.